The train now arriving at platform 5 into 2205 diverted East Coast Main Line service, London, King's Cross.
Hello and welcome to Ballan Parkway OO gauge layout extension project part 29. Okay, I bought this Scaledale building here. It's a corner shop. It's called Harold's Larder. It's a great little model, but I'm going to adapt this to a corner shop and post office. So basically the first thing I've done here is put these curtains inside the windows there. And these were from Metcalfe, and these are downloadable, free of charge. You've got a vast array of curtains here, and they're all very good. So free of charge from Metcalfe, cut them out, stick them on the internal side of the windows there, and then you've got some really good curtains inside the windows there. The other thing I'm going to do here is change the signage. So I've downloaded some printable signs. This is from Scale Scenes. It's part of an array of shop buildings, and these signs come with them. So I'm going to convert this into the corner shop and post office, do a little bit of interior work, and stick this on the outside. Okay, the shop's completed. I've put the fascias on here with the shop signage, which is now CJ's Mini Market. So it's a mini market, convenience store, post office. I've added this signage on here, so you've got the Walls Ice Cream here. Just turn this round. I've basically got the sun and the mirror. No comment on that. But it looks authentic, and a few adverts inside there. And I've done a stack of newspapers. They used to be pinned outside in a rack. So I'm doing that as well. And they're quite pleased with that. So we've got a post office sign on there as well. Got the curtains in the windows, and all the advertisements like the washing powder, stuff like that. I've also put a street name on the top of there, Railway Parade, and I quite like that. Also, which comes with the Scale Scenes, there's little cabinets and racks. So basically I've put that down there as a little counter as well. So that, when it's fitted, will be like that, roughly. And then you've got all the racking inside there, the chillers, the cabinets. Same there as well. It looks more like a shop. I might put a couple of figures in there as well. So I think that's much better than it was from Hornby. It just needed that additional detailing to bring it up to a proper shop newsagent for the 1970s, 1980s look about it. I like that. So there's going to be a light fitted in here as well. It's going to blank some windows out. So mainly it will illuminate the shop front. Maybe a window upstairs or not sure. Okay, that's the shop sited now, and I'm really happy with that. That's come out really well. I've put some paving underneath and some tiling where the door is. You see it down there. And obviously I've glued the interior of the shop. I've actually put some lights in here, which I'll show you later. I've blanked out one of the windows, so you're going to get the light coming out of a few windows, which I've damped down as well. The problem with lighting with these buildings, if you put it straight in, it actually comes through the resin. It looks like you've got a 2000 watt light bulb, and you need to damp that down, make it more realistic. But I'm really happy with that. So you've got newspapers outside as well. You've got the post office sign, and that's the Scaledale building just revamped really, and that sits much better on the corner than the cardboard building. What I've got to do, excuse the shadow here, I've got to alter this as well. I'm going to cover the wiring up there, probably get an outhouse just to cover that up. I'll see next door you got the Indian restaurant, which I've called Korma Chameleon. Yes, it's naff, I know, but it's a bit funny. My silly sense of humour again. So Korma Chameleon, named after the Culture Club song, slightly altered the word on there, but I thought it was quite funny. My daughter found it funny as well, so I've named it Korma Chameleon. So that's another terrace shop next door. So those two look really good perched together. And I've redone the road as well. So you've got the double yellow lines down there. And the small road, I've got to put some no entry signs at that end. It's a tiny road. And I'm revamping this slowly. I'm going to get some more low relief buildings. Okay, here it is in night mode. So the lights are on inside the shop. You've got the shop front lit up. And obviously the street lights outside. Then further down you've got the tandoori, Korma Chameleon lit up there. Okay, I've redone the back scene as well. Exactly the same as before, apart from this is a different material. It's got like a plastic coating in here. The other back scene, I was finding it was getting dirty, and a couple of insects started eating it. So that didn't look right at all. This looks much more of better clarity than the other one. So I put some adhesive on here and stuck it on. Just got to redo the bit in the corner there. But I've laid this further back as well, so it gives a more sense of depth. So this has gone straight on the wall behind, rather than a bit of boarding in front, and that's worked much better, I think. ID back scenes are pretty good. You've got to get the join right. You can see it here, but excuse me, it matches up quite well. So I'm quite happy with that. Okay, I've revamped the garage on the road here. The road's been resurfaced. So you've got the single lines and the double yellow lines at the top there, going to the bridge where it offcuts on the layout. So the garage, I've renamed Dronfield Garage Services. The reason being, I used to live in a place called Dronfield, and I want to incorporate aspects of my life into the layout and bring little things that trigger that. So I suppose aware there isn't a Dronfield Garage Services, but there's one close to it. So this is a BP service station for the fuels. I got this totem here which lights up, and I think I got it for £3.20 something like that. It's brilliant. So that's been replaced. That's replaced the old one there, which wasn't to the right spec for the era. So I've renamed this garage, as I say, Dronfield Garage Services. So put the signs over here. You've got the price board here in gallons. And you've got 4-star petrol and 2-star, which you used to have in the 70s and 80s. And Grecian stamps, which was a system where you were rewarded tokens with your shopping, and you could buy various gifts. It was very popular in the 70s and 80s, and I think it just died out in the end in the 90s. So that was a common factor around at the time for shopping. So rebranded all that, put some extra signs on here, like the Michelin one here with a map you used to see. Put the guy down here with the Triumph Herald, doing some work on it. So I've redone that. The fencing needs a bit of repair, by the way. I just caught that just now. Yeah, just redone the lighting under there, rewired it. it wasn't functioning, but I think that's made a bit of a difference there. Again, this all illuminates, which I'll show in a minute. I've resurfaced all the courtyard here with the scale scenes, printed labels with, printed surface, road surface, which I've done on my laser printer on self-adhesive paper. Stuck that on, and it's just revamped this section of the layout really well. A bit more work to do on that, but I'll show you how it illuminates in the dark. Here you've got the garage here lit up, so the night mode again. So you've got the BP totem sign lit up, the garage interior, and the workshop, which you can't really see here. I think the light's gone out on that one. I'll have to repair that. But it gives you an idea. You've got the canopy with the Ford Anglia underneath, and also the houses next door. And that's come up quite well. Drumfield service station at night. All these additional signage, like the price board on the totem there, and the Drumfield service garage services, were produced by Sankey Scenics. It was a bespoke item they did for me, and they'd done it very well for about £5 for a load of signs. So that's brought the garage more up to spec, and I'm really happy what they've done there. They've done an excellent job. Still got some spare as well. Okay, this is the rear end of the garage, looking at it from the top end of the layout. So this was originally a Metcalfe garage, which I made a few years ago now, and it's pretty good kit. In fact, it's a very good kit. So I've left some of the old signage on there, but added the recent ones, the Drumfield garage surfaces. What I'm doing eventually, probably not this one though, is I'm trying to upgrade, perhaps this year, which I've already started, the cardboard buildings with some resin buildings. Some have faded a little bit, not too bad. They've stood up for about 10 years, some of them, and they look good, but the resin ones I think are more effective. They look more realistic in model form. But these are very good. I can't knock these at all. And I probably will keep this one. But the road surface around there needed renewing. So that's all been done. The road, which goes to the, obviously the end of the layout, been resurfaced, much better than before. And you've got a little town scene coming on there. Another addition here from ID Backscenes is this backscene, which is a building, a Victorian type building, which I've put together in various blocks to build this larger building at the back there. Now the building, the backscene I had before, one of the problem with the moisture in here, all the colours have run. It looked ridiculously rubbish. So this has been renewed, and it's more to scale. The other one was more of an O gauge one. This is more accurate. Funnily enough, it's called a Parkway building. But you can add these bits on together, and I've created this big building. It was a bit of a Victorian hospital actually, but it goes really well with the factory buildings down there, and I'm very happy with that. That's come out really well. These, let's show you here. These are the little pieces that come in. You have to cut them out. Self-adhesive. It's come in sections like that. You can add bits on, which I've done there. So the problem I've got there is this little electrical point isolation box. Obviously I can't cover that up, but when I'm filming I try to look below that. Can't really move that. I want to keep on that board there. So it just covers that bottom bit up a little bit better, much better than before. It seems to work.